Hey, Facebook friends and family. It is time for a life update. It has been a little over 3 months since I got back from the UK. Crazy to say that out loud. It feels like it was honestly just 3 weeks ago. And honestly, when I got back, I felt like if it weren't for the pictures, it was all a dream. Coming back home and everybody's kind of moved on with their lives. I don't know if moved on is the right word, but they went through their own seasons and changes happened. Friends got married, friends had kids. Thankful for y'all, a little jealous, but thankful. Anyways, getting back, it was just kind of this state of, okay, where do we go from here? God, what do you want me to do next? And I thankfully had time to pause. I had time to just be with my family in Florida, as I was also traveling about, visiting friends out in Texas, shout out to Carolina Creek, visiting all my family up north in Virginia, and just bouncing around, seeing everybody, and just being able to be with people I hadn't seen since before I left. And so getting back, it definitely was a weird transition, just because everything that was once normal for you is no longer normal. And normal is a stupid word anyways, but you know what I'm saying. It's kind of that you see life differently after being in another culture, another pace of life for that long, and it wasn't even that long, it was a year. And so it's just kind of, it was readjusting, but at the same time not letting go and not losing all that God taught me out there. And so with coming back, just to update y'all on a few things and what God is doing, one of the things God really was leading me to out there in the UK was doing something with music, whether it be worship or going into pubs and coffee shops and bars and playing music there. I really feel this pull to do that. And so there's actually an opportunity coming up. So at the end of this month, I'm going to be going out to Texas to Carolina Creek, the camp I used to work at, and they are doing a massive Christmas event called Lone Star Lights, and it is amazing. They have all of these Christmas lights that they're setting up, all of these local vendors for food and just other stuff, and it really is going to be such a fun experience, fun for the whole family. And so what I'll be doing out there is on the nights of the event, I will actually be playing music at the different stages they have. And so I'm super excited for this. I'm super thankful that they have given me a chance and the opportunity to come and start out like this and really just get off the ground with music. And so if you're wanting to see me during that time, the event is every weekend starting after Thanksgiving. I won't be there for that first one though. And then every weekend in December leading up to the 15th, and then December 15th to the 22nd is every day. It's a just straight run. And so if you're wanting to come and see me, I'll be there. I'll be down in Texas near Houston, Carolina Creek. Honestly, if you just look up Lone Star Lights, and I'll be posting more stuff on my Facebook. And so you can follow the links, but I'll be doing that. And then after that, it's still kind of a blur. But where I do see if God is calling me to be here in Florida, I see ways of staying involved with Mosaic Church of Crestview, Florida, which also a quick shout out to them. They have been such amazing friends and church family since I got back, and they made this readjustment so much easier, but at the same time, just, I don't know, it taught me just, we need each other, which is, a lesson we're always learning. But primarily we need each other in the church. We need other believers that encourage us, that remind us of the hope we have, that are just there when we feel lonely and broken and so confused. And so yeah, being back since I got back from the UK and having this time to pause and reflect, to visit family, and to really just see what God's leading me to, where a lot of times I'm like, okay, we need to get up, we need to do this, where God's like, no, trust me, we'll get there. Now is the time to listen, so that you're going in the right steps, following his will. And so I see opportunities for when I get back. And maybe I'll find something out in Texas, I don't know. But right now I know the next step, and that's okay. But I wanted to send this update video. Also to just say thank you to everyone who supported me out there. I know it's long overdue. I look like I've been a man in isolation for 3 months, don't I? But anyways, just want to say thank you again to everybody who supported me financially, prayerfully, or even just some of y'all would send me care packages and just messages, and those meant so much and really got me through the difficult times out there. Some of the biggest things I learned in the UK, I think one of the number one things is that God brings us to the end of ourselves, lets us be so familiar with our weaknesses, lets us even realize we are more weak than we thought. And that's a tough place to be, and it kills our pride. But pride needs to die anyways. Because it's in that place of weakness that we see, okay, I'm made to rest in you. I'm made to rest in God's constant love for me and his grace, not my performance, not how well I can get out of bed in the morning or how well I'm doing morally or anything like that. It's, I cannot rest in my own ability, but resting in God's faithfulness, that even when I fail, he's still there and picks me up and reminds me why we keep going, and that, all of this leads to him. All of this is pointless if we don't have him. And so, yeah, just kind of that big lesson of what do we rest in and what are we looking to. And then also, I think the other big lesson was don't be afraid to do what you love for Jesus. And that was a really big thing that influenced this decision to go into music, and really just let God use that and literally taking these baby steps, if you will. But it was a big thing of, if he's given you those passions, these things you enjoy doing, and he can use them, then pursue them. Don't let them become the only thing. Yeah, don't let it become, it's like, oh, my dreams are now top priority, because it's not. I think there's a lot of other adventures God had to send me on before we got to this one, and this one, for all I know, is just one adventure to get to a different one. But the big thing is, if he's giving you a passion and a love for something, use it. It's not everything, and if you lose it, you still got a life worth living. But don't be afraid to use those, because when you stop trying so hard, that's when he uses you to love those around you. And so, yeah, I think that is just about it. Just wanted to send an update from your favorite bearded hippie, and let you know what I'm up to and just kind of what God's doing next. So I love y'all. Be following my Facebook for more updates about Lone Star Lights and just music and life in general. So love ya. Bye.